This happened to me 3 years ago, and I still can't stay home alone without checking every lock, twice. My name is Sarah, and I'm 24 years old. I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Ohio, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone, where kids ride bikes until dark, and where nothing bad is supposed to happen. But on November 14th, 2021, something did happen. Something that made me question whether I ever really knew my neighborhood at all. This is my story. It was a Friday night. My parents had left that morning for my aunt's wedding in Cleveland, about a 3-hour drive from our house. They'd be gone the entire weekend. At first, I was actually excited. I was 21 at the time, responsible enough to handle a weekend alone, and honestly, I was looking forward to the freedom. No curfew, no one asking what I was doing. Just me, some pizza, and a Netflix marathon. The day went by normally. I worked my shift at the local coffee shop until 4 p.m., came home, took a long shower, and ordered a large pepperoni pizza around 7:30. Our house is a 2-story colonial-style home. My bedroom is upstairs, my parents' room is down the hall, and we have a guest room that we barely use. Downstairs is the living room, kitchen, and my dad's small office. The neighborhood is normally pretty quiet, especially on weeknights, but Fridays usually had a bit more activity, people coming home from work, families having barbecues, that sort of thing. But that particular Friday, I remember it being unusually quiet. By 8 p.m. it was fully dark outside. November in Ohio means early sunsets and that bitter cold that cuts right through you. I remember the wind howling against the windows. I was in the living room, wrapped in a blanket on the couch, halfway through some forgettable rom-com, when my phone buzzed. It was my mom. "Hey, sweetie, just got to the hotel. Everything okay? Doors locked?" I smiled and texted back, "Yes, Mom, I'm fine. Stop worrying." She replied, "Okay, good. Love you. Call if you need anything." I set my phone down and went back to my movie. That's when I heard it. Knock, knock, knock. 3 slow, deliberate knocks on the front door. I froze. I wasn't expecting anyone. I hadn't ordered anything else. My friends knew I was home alone and hadn't mentioned stopping by. I muted the TV and listened. Nothing. Maybe I imagined it, I thought. The wind was pretty strong. Maybe a branch hit the door. I turned the volume back up and tried to focus on the movie. Then, 30 seconds later, knock, knock, knock. Same rhythm, same intensity. Definitely not the wind. My heart started beating faster. I slowly got up from the couch and walked toward the front door. We have a peephole, but honestly, I was too scared to look through it. Instead, I called out, "Who is it?" No answer. "Hello," I said, louder this time. Still nothing. I stood there for a moment, my hand hovering over the doorknob. Every instinct told me not to open it, but I also felt ridiculous. What if it was just a neighbor kid playing a prank? I decided to check the window instead. Our living room has a large window that faces the front porch. I carefully pulled back the curtain just an inch and peeked outside. There was no one there. The porch was empty. The street was empty. No cars driving by, no people walking, just the glow of the streetlights and the rustling trees. I let out a breath I didn't realize I was holding. "Okay, Sarah, relax," I told myself. "Just a prank, some bored kid." I went back to the couch, but I didn't unmute the TV right away. I just sat there, listening. 5 minutes passed, then 10. Nothing. I finally started to relax again. I even laughed at myself a little. "Getting scared over nothing," I muttered. I unmuted the TV and tried to get back into the movie. And then, at exactly 9:03 p.m., I remember because I checked my phone. Knock, knock, knock. Same door, same rhythm, but this time it was louder. My blood went cold. This wasn't a prank. Pranksters don't come back. They knock once, maybe twice, and then they leave. They don't keep coming back with the same deliberate pattern. I grabbed my phone and stood up. My hands were shaking. I didn't go to the door this time. Instead, I went to the window again and looked out. Nothing. No one on the porch. No one on the street. No cars. But here's the thing that made my skin crawl. Our porch light was motion activated. If someone walked up to the door, it should have turned on. It hadn't, which meant either the person was standing completely still, or they were already there before the sensor could detect them. I quickly closed the curtain and locked the living room window, even though it was already locked. I checked the front door. Locked. Deadbolt engaged. I stood in the hallway, phone in hand, trying to decide what to do. Should I call the police? And tell them what? That someone knocked on my door? They'd think I was paranoid. Should I call my parents? They were 3 hours away. What could they do? I decided to call my best friend, Maya. She picked up on the second ring. Hey, what's up? Maya, my voice was shaking. Someone keeps knocking on my door and there's no one there when I check. Wait, what? Are you serious? Yes, it's happened 3 times now. Same pattern, 3 knocks. Okay, that's creepy. Do you want me to come over? I almost said yes, but Maya lived 20 minutes away, and honestly, I didn't want her driving over in the dark because I was being paranoid. No, it's okay. I just wanted to talk to someone. Sarah, if it happens again, call the police. I'm serious. Okay, yeah, I will. We talked for a few more minutes. Her voice calmed me down. By the time we hung up, I felt a little better. I went into the kitchen to get some water. That's when I noticed something. The kitchen has a back door that leads to our backyard. It has a small window at the top, just big enough to see outside. And through that window, I saw movement, a shadow passing by the window, slow, deliberate. Someone was in my backyard. I dropped my glass. It shattered on the floor. I didn't care. I ran to the back door and checked the lock. Locked, thank God. But then I heard it. Footsteps, crunching on the gravel outside. Slow, heavy, circling the house. I backed away from the door, my heart pounding so hard I thought I might pass out. And then, knock, knock, knock. On the back door this time. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. Knock, knock, knock. Louder. I grabbed my phone with trembling hands and dialed 911. 911, what's your emergency? Someone's outside my house, I whispered, my voice cracking. They keep knocking and I'm home alone and I think they're trying to get in. Okay, stay calm. What's your address? I gave her my address. She told me officers were on the way. She stayed on the line with me. Are all your doors and windows locked? Yes. Good. Stay away from the doors. Is there a room you can lock yourself in? My bedroom, upstairs. Go there now. Lock the door. Stay on the line with me. I ran upstairs, my feet barely touching the steps. I slammed my bedroom door shut and locked it. I pushed my desk chair under the handle for extra security. Then I sat on my bed, clutching my phone, listening. The knocking had stopped. The dispatcher kept talking to me, keeping me calm, telling me the officers were 3 minutes away. But in that silence, I heard something worse. The sound of someone trying the front door handle, jiggling it, testing it. Then, footsteps, on the stairs, inside the house. He's inside, I whispered to the dispatcher. Oh my God, he's inside the house. Officers are pulling up right now. Stay quiet. Stay in your room. I heard heavy footsteps in the hallway, coming closer, closer. Then they stopped, right outside my bedroom door. I stared at the door handle, waiting for it to turn. And then I heard shouting downstairs. Police, show your hands. Footsteps, running, going back downstairs. More shouting, a door slamming. Then silence. The dispatcher told me it was safe to come out. I opened my bedroom door and found 2 officers standing in my hallway. You're safe now, one of them said. They told me that when they arrived, they saw someone running from my house toward the woods behind our neighborhood. They chased him, but he got away. When they checked the house, they found that the back door was unlocked. I know I locked it. I checked it myself, which means he had already unlocked it earlier. Maybe when I was in the living room. Maybe when I was distracted. He was planning to come inside the whole time. The knocking, that was just him messing with me, scaring me, making sure I was alone. The officers stayed with me until my parents got home at 2 a.m. They had driven back immediately when I called them. We found muddy footprints on our back porch, size 11 men's boots. The police took photos, filed a report, but they never caught him. We installed the full security system the next week. Cameras, motion sensors, alarms on every door and window. I never stayed home alone again after that. Even now, 3 years later, I have roommates. I can't do it. But here's the part that still keeps me up at night. 2 weeks after the incident, I was going through our mail and found something strange. An envelope. No return address, just my name written in messy handwriting. Inside was a single piece of paper. It said, I know you were alone. I'll know next time too. I gave it to the police. They investigated. Nothing came of it. We moved 6 months later. But sometimes, late at night, when I'm lying in bed, I still hear it. Knock, knock, knock. That was my story. If you've ever experienced something similar, or if you have your own true horror story, leave it in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this story, or if it scared you, hit that subscribe button for more true horror stories every week. Stay safe out there, and always check your locks.